Good morning, everybody. I'm going to tell you a story. I'm going to talk to you, the young men in the world, and I'm going to talk to you, the women in the world. And I'm going to give you all something today, right now. I'm going to give you a little bit of baggage, something that you will carry with you, something you need to know. And many of you may not think about this because you don't want to. But you need to hear this because I can't sit on it and say nothing given what I have done in my life. And many of you don't know who I am or what I did do, but I spent most of my life with personal protection, trying to be the big brother, protecting mostly women and children. Because my granddad taught me that was the right thing to do. Protect women, chivalry, hold the door, be a man, and protect those weaker than you. That I carried with me my whole life. And 8 years ago, I was on a couple of TV series, and I was on TV, and my book for women on how to stay safe. After many years of personal protection, I wrote a book for women on self-advice. And I did an open call to the election back then, to Clinton and Trump, that whoever won, please do something about this. I said then, 4 million women and children are sold into sex slavery every year. Every year. We right now in America today have more slaves than we did at the time of the Civil War. Just wanted you to think about that. However, the administration over the past 4 years have lost 320,000 children. They have lost 320,000 children, young girls and young boys who came to this country unaccompanied by parents or anybody. And they don't know where they are. But many of them may probably have been handed over to sex traffickers in this country. They don't know where they are. In between 21 and 22, 85,000 children went missing. And I want you to imagine, even if you don't want children, if you're a mother or a parent or a sister, to sit somewhere down in South America because some agency from the UN or whatever gives you or facilitates you that you send your little child, send your little girl or your little boy alone on a journey to America because maybe somebody up here will give them a better life than you think you can in El Salvador or South America or wherever you are. Such a desperate mother, a family that will let their little boy and girl go up to a foreign country alone, hoping that someone in America will take care of them. And the administration lost 320,000 of them. And that's just in America. We can start going back over the numbers of sexual trafficking and women that are disappearing all over the world, and little girls and boys. Are you kidding me? We've gone to war because 3,000 Americans were killed in 9/11. Any idea how many women and children are raped and killed in this country every year? Do you have any idea how many women and children are raped in the UK every year? Or in Europe every year? And just to make it worse, not even by homegrown criminals, by those who came illegally and was allowed to stay or invited to stay. One thing is you have to endure your own country's criminals. Now we also have to import some 8 to 10 million of them. Here's one thing. The UK, look at the problem you have in England. It is so bad. It is so bad in England that the British government has screwed up so bad they actually got the Irish to march in unison, Protestant and Catholics. How bad you have to screw up to make that happen. Everyone sacrifices women and children. No one gives a shit. Who the hell do you think you are? in the administration, in the government, in the UN, in the EU, in England, in Germany, in France, in Denmark, in Norway, in Sweden, where young women are raped and killed by immigrants that you let in. And this is not about immigrants, because I grew up with a, pardon the expression, boatload of Vietnamese refugees that came where I grew up, and they were really cool people. They made great food, and they worked hard, and they didn't gather together in gangs and rape people. And one thing is helping other people coming to your nation. Another thing is letting their criminals run loose. And not even putting them in jail. That's one thing. And then putting your own citizens in jail because they dare mention it. That's besides the point. Here we lost 320,000 children. Where's the outcry? Where is this being addressed on the campaign trail? No one cares. There's no votes in it. Oh, this is delicate. We'll fix it later. We've gone to war over less. We lost almost the same amount of children that we lost during World War II fighting. And no one gives a shit. It's a byline. You asked me why I didn't publish my second book for women on how to stay safe. Because no one cares. No one cares about women and children anymore. Politicians don't care. Bureaucrats, you don't care. The UN is facilitating this. They give out pamphlets and help them come up. The administration flew in 300,000 of them illegally. Dropped them off in the middle of the night, just like Merkel did in Germany. When finally it was too much of an outcry in Germany after the 2,000 women were raped on one New Year's Eve. 2,000. Oh, she better curb. There were too much protest, so she flew them into military bases at night. The darkness of night. They kept flying them in because no one cares about the women and children in Europe or in America or from South America. You better start thinking about what are you going to do to protect yourself, because your government's not going to care, apparently. And for the young men, I want to tell you something. For the young men of the world, you better damn well start working out. You better start training. You better start learning how to fight and shoot a gun. Because you are going to be the only hope the women and children have of your community, because you are going to have to live up to the code of chivalry and keep the women and children around you safe. I tried, and when I stopped, I wrote what I could. I talked my talks. I said what I said. What I matter doesn't matter what I say anymore. I tried. Now it's up to you. All of you. There is no more girly men here anymore. There's real men. And there's boys that needs to grow up into being real men. Because in every community, in every country, whether it's in France or in England or in Poland or America or South America, you need to grow up strong, and you need to be the protector of the women and children around you. That's all, apparently, my generation can leave you.